Hey everybody, we're back reading the Coburn Bible again. In that last video, we talked about the destroyer. This is what I'm going to talk about this time. I'm going to read from a chapter called, one second, I just lost it. The Treatment of Women and the Meaning of Marriage. So, beginning with the treatment of women, this is in the Book of Wisdom. It says, it's chapter 6. No man shall be intimate with the woman during the time of her courses, for this brings about a subtle pollution. However, a man may go with a woman after her cleansing without any fear. For this thing stems from the nature of women and is not uncleanliness. Yet it is to be borne in mind that the sufferings of women at such times are not part of their nature, but a sign of their past failure to maintain the purity of the fountain of life. Ooh. I'm not laughing, I'm just like, that's deep. Yeah, like, because I'm basically, yeah, wow. A man's wife is his own pasture, wherein he may enter as he wills, but he never should be insensitive to her own feelings, for an inconsiderate husband reaps a poor harvest. A wife must not be subjected to harshness, but should be treated with tenderness and affection. She is deserving of consideration, for her feelings are not those of a loose woman, whom men have treated as they will. Always treat a woman with reserve and respect. By doing so, you enhance your own standing as a man. It is the men without pride in themselves who hold treatment in low esteem, and women who submit to men take a perverted pleasure in their own degradation. Let me read that again. It is the men without pride in themselves who hold women in low esteem, and women who submit to such men take a perverted pleasure in their own degradation. That's deep. You heard that? That's deep. Okay. When all men seeks in the company of a woman is frivolity and amusement. When all a man seeks in the company of a woman is frivolity and amusement, he will end. He will in the end seek to use her as an instrument of fornication. The wise man keeps well away from the chattering woman, for life with her would be like living at the foot of a sand hill. Every man who follows the good religion will treat women with respect and consideration. He will never attempt the seduction of a decent woman. Where chastity is the pure blossom of womanhood, without it, a woman is like a garden tree that never blooms, and she fails to inspire rapture in the heart of any man. Long ages have taught many subtle lessons, and one is that married to a decent woman, a man tends to become better. Married to an unchaste or faithless woman, he tends to become lewd, harsh, and inconsiderate and rude. The man who is willing to take an unchaste woman to wife gets just what such as he deserves. Therefore, treat those who may become the wives of other men as you would want your own wedding wife to be treated. Okay? Bear in mind the ancient words of wisdom, which have stood the test of time. Choose a wife with care, for fortunate indeed is he who unearths the treasure of a virtuous woman. for her value is beyond estimation in earthly wealth. The heart of her husband rests on a bed of contentment, and he sleeps secure in her constancy. She will never cause him to bow his head in sorrow when men speak of women, or to turn his face in shame from the mocking glances of other men. The intelligent man does not maintain his wife in idleness, lest her thoughts stray towards scandal and gospel. When the light of the good religion is revealed, it will set the good woman apart from others. A man need no longer walk in doubt. The good woman has pity on the destitute poor, but it is not deceived by the wiles of the idle beggar man. Her children are brought up in the knowledge of goodness, and they reach maturity in honor and uprightness. No songs on the lips of men extol the virtues of a good wife and a mother, but the silent, grateful song in the hearts of her husband and children never ceases. It is the holy melody resounding among the universal spheres. No songs on the lips of men extols the virtues of a good wife and mother, but the silent, grateful song in the hearts of her husband and children never ceases. It is the holy melody resounding among universal spheres. Okay, so now I'm going to read about the meaning of marriage. In the eyes of men, according to their laws, marriage is a covenant made between a man and a woman, under which they can enjoy bodily union with the sanction of their religion. This is not the view which can be supported by the good religion. For true marriage is not something formed through words spoken by a priest or through sanction by the laws of men. Marriage is an open declaration which marks the taking of an irrevocable step by two souls toward a definite end. Ooh, irrevocable. Let's break that down. Irrevocable means you can't take it back. Two souls and a definite end. So that means that eventually it's going to end in the fleshly. So it signifies their complete surrender and dedication to each other. It is meant to be far more than union of their bodies. It should also be a union of their spirits, though this is rarely achieved. True marriage is a union of two realms. It is a twofold union. As it is rarely achieved, the union of the spirits. The marriage ceremony is an announcement made before all persons that a man and woman are setting out on a rocky road of matrimony in search of true love. This is not something which can be picked up like a jewel. It cannot be bartered, bought, or sold. The thing which must never be overlooked is that the true marriage is not just the union of two bodies, but first a step towards blending two spirits. The marriages of humble people, unsanctified by priests, are no less worthy than those of wealthy people of quality whose religion sanctifies bonds of straw. Living in sin means living together without responsibility for bodily satisfaction alone. Unholy wedlock means being bound fast in the bonds of matrimony without any prospect of advancement to the glory of true love. Wedlock and marriage are not alike, for a true marriage may exist without sanction by the laws of men or blessing of a priest, providing a love exists which can mature into true love. The chain that binds two souls together is forged in the spirit realm. and no earthly power can ever break it. It is worn on earth like a glorious wrought chain and a gold, weightless gold. But no one marriage in 1,000 is ever blessed with it. So let me read that again. It is worn. Okay, the chain that binds two souls together is forged in the spirit realm. Wow, and no earthly power can ever break it. It is worn on earth like a glorious wrought chain of weightless gold, but one marriage in 1,000 is ever blessed with it. Adultery is the defilement of a marriage, but there is a mild form of it when the thoughts of one partner go out towards someone else. Religions now existing do not understand the true nature of marriage and regard it as an end in itself, and not as a beginning, a fulfillment rather than a search for fulfillment. The good religion will regard marriage as one of the great challenges of life and one of the supreme tests along the road of spirituality. Love is not the end, but love aspires to reach out beyond itself and ascend to the heights of true love, sometimes called pure love. Outside the good religion, union between man and woman has become so tainted with imperfection, so clouded in lewdness, so subordinate to lust and bodily satisfaction, that anyone can readily be forgiven for believing the falsehood that no one spiritual belief can derive from the act, that is, that it has no sanctity, no higher objective and pure purpose than to meet the demands of the flesh. Man soars on spiritual wings and rises high above the realm of dumb brutes. Therefore, he can conceive something greater in bodily union than mere satisfaction of the flesh. And indeed, it is not meant to be a concession of the flesh to the flesh, but a sublime sacrifice to love. The feelings arising in the body are not of themselves servants of evil. Excuse me. The feelings arising in the body are not of themselves servants of evil. This is a wrong teaching. The body is not naturally antagonistic to the spirit, and it needs to be. It needs are no more means incompatible with the spirit needs. The body is not naturally antagonistic to the spirit, and its needs are by no means incompatible with spiritual needs. As the harp to the harpist, so is the body to the spirit, the instrument and means of expression. Marriages is the fortress of the family, so its safeguard and integrity are a sacred obligation. The unity and purity of the family is one of the great concerns of men. But though the laws, but though the laws of men may build a wall about it, they cannot prevent corruption and decay from within. Only higher laws, moral laws, can deal with this, and these the world sadly lacks. The three earthly institutions of a man is entitled to defend, even to the extent of taking the life of another, are his marriage, his home, and his family. That's deep. That is deep. That is deep. Thank y'all for listening. I thought that was very inspirational, and I hope that you can leave a comment and like below, and we will come back with some more reading at another time. But yeah, that spoke really highly on marriage and the meaning of marriage. And I thought it was deep. I was saying it's two souls coming together. 'Cause a lot of people don't know that. It's not just physical; it's spiritual. So I thought that was just very good. And then it also spoke about wedlock in here as well. So yeah, thanks for watching.